strange white forest. Everything around appears to be made of this like paper-like material. Everything, all the details, including like the trees and stuff, have these blackish outlines like they were drawn very neatly. And yet, alarmingly so, you guys also appear to be made out of paper. Unlike the paper around you, you guys are still made up of like color and stuff. Everything else is just white. In front of you, you see a bunch of like the trees, and you see this like sign and a path. And behind you, it seems to be this, what looks to be like a white void. You can't tell if it stretches on for eternity or if it just stops right there. And all around you is this like lining of rocks.
Can we chuck a rock?
Wait,
I like that idea.
Do we even know each other?
Probably not.
We just accepted that we're here.
We're a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, you guys just woke up here all together. You don't exactly remember how you got in here. You just know you woke up.
Shit.
Damn, that freaking after party was wild.
Alright, that was funny. So do you want to roll like an investigation check or a strength check?
I would like to roll an investigation check, just in general.
So you look around and you realize that the paper is pretty like solid. Like it doesn't act, it looks like paper, but it doesn't act like paper. It acts more like a solid material like you would find in real life.
Oh.
And the rocks don't seem movable. Strange thing to note is you don't really hear many noises. Like it's almost completely silent, and the only thing you think you hear is like distant murmurs.
Can I roll to like try and listen to hear what the murmurs are saying?
What languages do you know?
Common, primordial, and Sylvan.
You think you hear words that you understand, but it's just really hard to tell right now because it all seems pretty far away and a little bit quiet. But you think you hear them. You think you hear something saying like get and cleanse.
Oh.
I'm gonna write that down real quick. Okay. Okay.
What do I have in my pockets?
So, I'm gonna turn to you two and introduce myself. Hello, my name is...
By the way, my character is also here.
Okay! I
didn't tell us that!
Sorry, I just said you...
There's a scary-ass bird man like standing over my shoulder and you don't tell me?
So I'm gonna turn around to you three, introduce myself. Hello, my name is Kiana. I don't know if any of you have any idea of how we got here, but and I don't know if you can hear the voices in the distance, but they are saying something of get and cleanse. If any of you have any idea what that means, it would be helpful if you come forward now.
I ain't got nothing. Nope. We're gonna roll for investigation. Is everything 2D or 3D? 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. But yeah, my character just kind of like looks like around with this like sort of stare on her.
Ooh.
She's like, this forest looks familiar, but I don't think I've been here personally.
What are all of your names, by the way?
Just call me the photographer.
Understood, alright.
I don't like this guy.
And your two's names?
I'm Playboy.
Oh,
Solid.
You expect us to call you that?
If you expect me to call you the photographer.
Tension. I like it.
None of us know why we are here, but all of us are our best shot at getting out. Let's not fight each other, alright?
I don't know, that one's looking pretty stabbable.
And what is your name?
Moya.
Moya, nice to meet you.
I want to use a gust of wind and push the bird bitch into the void.
Alright.
Violence has been chosen immediately.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed strike. That's a 15.
17.
That does go over my armor class, so I'm going to say that you do succeed in pushing the photographer. Yeah, so you try your best to like push them beyond the rocks, and it doesn't look like any of the like scenery, except for the photographer, obviously, none of it seems to like really move. And in fact, when the photographer gets close up to the rocks, it almost seems like something stops them. Like you physically can't push them past the rocks.
Don't like that.
And they definitely get very angry at you.
Okay.
They're not very happy about that. So she's gonna like pull out her knife and do intimidation. That's a 19. Yeah, she like pulls out her knife and she's like, if you try to do that again, I will cut off your head.
Solid. Noted. My dad. I'm gonna go hide behind Playboy.
Okay, a general question. Did your parents name you Playboy? Is it like a name you chose for yourself?
I don't think that's any of your concern.
Are you a
is
boy?
it? No, I'm not
Valid.
a boy.
Okay, does anyone remember anything before we ended up in this forest?
Happened on a boat. Sailing around trying to go get some supplies. I'm down here and I don't like it. I'm just a nervous little cloud.
Pulls out a camera and she just starts like looking through the photos. And she shows you a picture that looks like the same exact forest in front of you, but in real life.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's your fault.
We don't
Blame
know
Al.
that we've just met each other. Let's try not
It'll
to
be my
kill
fault
each
when you
other.
die.
I'm already dead. Dumb fuck.
Oh boy.
I can figure out how to kill you again.
I'm just looking at the other two like I don't think we get along. This is gonna be weird.
I have a picture of that. Last thing I remember was just talking to someone about in like a library and then ending up here. Is there any more of your photos? Is there anything you can see in that photo that might give us a hint? Any runes?
Any more dumbass rocks?
I don't think so. I think all I see is just forest ahead.
Okay.
Unless you want to see my photos of other things.
I think I'm gonna take her up on that offer real quick and actually investigate some of the photos too first, and then I'm gonna go investigate the tree.
You notice a lot of photos of dead things. Yeah, so from what you can see, a lot of the photos just are a lot of like dead animals, and sometimes people who are very much dead and sort of like arranged. You realize that this person is definitely not very stable, but also you think the only other thing you can see is a lot of like similar plants to the things around them, especially in like the most recent photos. It looks like some of the surrounding fauna in the photos where it's like sort of, the same thing. Mm-hmm. It just looks very similar to the paper ones in front of you. And you think that this world that you're in is somehow maybe like a reflection of the outside world. You cannot kick the rocks. You've already tried to move them.
This is different. We're trying to kick it this time.
Exactly.
Alright, go ahead.
Don't break your foot.
Yeah, so when you kick the rock,
That's
you
a brother,
notice
not a
that
dog.
like a little bit of it doesn't move, and it feels like something's protecting, like a barrier is around that.
Ew.
But like your feet sort of, you notice that it loses a bit of color when you do that. Like you're
My foot?
you're like desaturating a little bit.
Shit.
Okay. I would like to investigate the trees.
All right, roll an investigation check. Are you going up to the trees? Like, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Just staring at him real
So
good.
as you go up to the trees, you see this like owl sort of like fly down, and then it lands on the sign, and it.
Wait, there's
looks-
a sign?
Yes, there's a sign.
Oh.
I mentioned this at the beginning.
No, you didn't.
I did.
We all must have spaced out.
It looks like there's several different things that are pointing around, and all of the signs say Dovlings circle.
Okay, so what's with this owl?
Right, so the owl like lands on it looks at you, and it looks very similar to the surrounding fauna in that it looks like it's made out of paper, it's all white, and like the lines on it are kind of neatly drawn. The only thing about it is the eyes look like scribbles that are ever shifting, and it's staring at you.
Can I do an investigation check on the owl?
Sure.
20.
The photographer, by the way, when you made that comment, she they look at you with like a glare, and then they look at the owl, and they're like, I don't know, but it would make a good photo.
Don't let me take a photo. But also, I got a dirty 20.
Your camera dies.
Full meltdown.
You got a 20?
A dirty 20.
Very fine. You get you can't quite place anything out of the ordinary other than what you immediately notice, but you think that for whatever reason this owl is watching you for someone else.
I would like to say I moved out of the way. I kind of looked at the owl and like went around the sign to go investigate the trees.
So we're gonna do the coin thing first. You throw a coin at the owl, and it doesn't really seem affected by it. The owl does move a little bit when you do that. Like it's gonna dodge out the way, but it doesn't.
Yeah, another dirty 20 to investigate the tree.
Nothing necessarily looks out of the ordinary, but you think that there's very faintly, you can't even read it, but very faintly, you think there's like runes inscribed on these trees. And they seem familiar to you, but you're not quite sure yet.
I kind of want to like stick my head through and then like look this way. Is like, are all the trees like 2D and like it's just like flat, kind of like this, or are they 3D when you look at them a different way?
You think the closest surrounding ones are 3D and like the farther away ones are 2D. But the best way I can describe it is as you're walking, it's almost like the world is building itself.
Can I do a history check to see if that rings any bells to me?
I'm gonna say that you think that it's vaguely familiar. Like you think you've heard of towns with the like lasting circle, but you don't know of Dovlings circle specifically. Sarah, what's Playboy doing?
Oh.
Shrugs and then I follow.
So I'm guessing you guys are all just going down the path at this point?
Yes.
So as you guys continue on, you think you start to notice this like sort of clearing, and there seems to be a couple of like items around you that look like they were possibly from the outside world, but these ones are a little bit faded in saturation.
So, anything with eyes from here, the eyes are made of scribbles?
Yes.
Okay.
At least what it appears to be. You just kind of notice a couple things strewn about. So you have a necklace there that just seems like an ordinary necklace. You see a couple of boots that look like they were from somewhere else, and you notice like a teapot. It's upside down. Just a bunch of things.
Okay, so necklace, teapot.
Sounds like free stuff.
Yeah, I want to take the boots.
Yeah.
You want to take the boots?
I
So
want the boots.
Netflix, teapot, teddy, boots.
I
Okay.
want the necklace.
I want boots.
Investigation check on the teddy bear to see if I get the same vibes that someone is watching me through those eyes, like with the owl.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Ah, fuck!
You think that maybe something is watching out of the eyes of the teddy bear? Or at least, like, I don't know, it's like something is taking over the teddy bear. And you hear, like, flapping in the background, but it doesn't seem to be much. The rest of you also let's all make a...
Do I have my new boots or not?
Is like the owl about to like shake me in the back of the head with its talons?
Probably.
Everyone make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh.
That's a 13 plus 2, 15.
Is that the 21?
Yeah, it's a d20.
I got 13.
21!
Sarah, you think you hear, like, rustling around you? Something's there?
We're being ambushed.
Gabby, you look around, and you notice that there's several more animals with scribbled eyes looking at you. You think you see the owl,
Deer.
some bats, and
I'm sorry, Owl. I didn't mean to offend you. I wouldn't want to be the photo's cousin either.
And you realize that these animals are now, like, they've surrounded you. So far, Gabby's character is the only one that seems to notice that you have animals all around you. Everyone else just hears, like, sort of rustling and thinks that something's off.
I want to do that very stereotypical movie thing where I just kind of grab Playboy's shoulder and, like, shake him and point him towards the fucky-ass deer. We might have to leave the bird. Just look over there.
But I gotta get the necklace.
Fuck your necklace!
God damn it. What do you want? Oh shit.
Oh
I think like she Kamana hears it like, wait, what's going on? What's wrong? Oh, that's not good.
All of you are now in combat.
Oh, alright, so initiative, I'm assuming.
Yep.
We're going deer hunting.
It's like, I'm gonna go to attack with my rapier. Oh, it missed horribly.
How many enemies?
13.
Pardon?
Fucking hell!
So you have like 5 health each or something?
19. Okay, yeah. So you notice that you have a couple of like small paper-looking badgers. You have a couple of bats, which are easy to get rid of. You see some deer, an elk, and some brown bears.
Oh.
Deer, elk, brown bears, and a bunch of other little
Badgers.
Badgers.
Bats.
Bats.
Everything with a B except for the deer.
And the elk.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Both of you are first in combat, and you just go,
No.
Can I try speaking to them? I don't want to fight if they're not want to fight.
I'm fuzzy
yeah, roll for animal handling. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you try to keep in mind you guys can also do like bonus actions if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna say that you try to like speak to the animals and they just kind of like sort of growl at you and they're very like angry.
How rude. I was being polite. I said how adorable they are as paper creatures.
Oh, paper. That makes me so conscious.
I kind of got a bit of a plan here. So for my action, instead of like talking to the creatures, talking down, I would like to try and talk to the person who's watching through the animal's eyes, and I would like to say talk to that person and say, I don't know why. I don't know if you know why we are here, or if all of us did something to offend you. We don't mean to any harm. We're all just confused here. If you would like to come to us to talk it out, be more than happy to. Don't need to resort to violence.
Roll charisma
Just a
check.
little guy. Don't do nothing.
3.
Yeah, you really try to like talk to whoever's sort of watching you, and you feel like they don't really respond. In fact, you think that they already have bad intentions.
Try and cast Wall of Water.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Create a wall
In Paperland?
roll Arcana.
That's an 11.
You cast this like wall of water around them.
And
Yeah,
no,
so
go
you managed to
upstairs.
trap
Damn it.
6 of
They're
them.
upstairs, please.
Nice.
Pepperoni and
I will
pineapple.
say too, when you cast this,
Casey,
it
go.
almost seems like your spell is... Alright, I guess now it would be the photographer's turn. She is, of course, going to attack.
Yeah.
Because that's her whole shtick. She loves to do murder. My character is going to use a dagger to attack the creature. She's going to attack the nearest creature, which I'm going to say is... Well, you have the ones in the water. Yeah, she's going to attack the ones outside of the water, which I'm going to say in this case is one of the badgers. So it will do 4 points of damage. Another thing she can do is attack twice. So she manages to kill one of the badgers, and then she's going to use one last thing. She's going to use Crimson Right. She takes 4 points of damage because of... And now anytime she gets an extra d6 on attack rolls.
Love.
With necrotic damage. Yeah, so a bat is going to attack.
Fuck!
It's like you're being attacked.
We'll roll to see if it hits or not.
Right, so that's a
Oh.
9. Yeah, they miss.
Good.
So it looks like Moira is being attacked
Rolls.
by a badger this time. That is a 17.
No!
0. So that hits. And that does...
For piercing damage, I feel like it's biting me.
Yeah, it's biting you.
5.
Hope you got your rabies shot.
I'm a ghost. I don't have shots.
No.
I'm gonna get paper mache.
2, that's 3 points of damage.
Got the studs, man.
Alright, so that was a 2. Playboy's getting hit. by the bear.
Me?
Good luck.
I got bit and you're gonna get mauled.
So that's a 1, it does not hit you.
Seriously, fuck you up.
That's a 4, so that's hitting my character.
Good.
And that's
I
a
like
3.
how I'm
Misses.
the one that put
Take
the
a
rate of
picture
water
now,
up, and I
bitch.
have not gotten hit once.
Right, now it's an elk's turn. That's a 3, so that would go to you. Yeah, that hits. And then I'm gonna do another one. Ram. I'm gonna say it doesn't have a proper time to charge up.
13 to hit the elk that currently just charged me.
Yeah, that would hit.
It's 5 points of damage in total. Is 9 more points of damage.
You killed the elk.
Yay! Okay.
So now it is the badger within the wall's turn. They're gonna try and get out of the wall. So I'm gonna say that it is now closer to you guys. Let me now do the bat's turn. Bats kind of fly, so I'm gonna say this one evens out.
That makes sense.
That's a 7, so I guess it would still make its way out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the barrier's down, and the only problem with the barrier for the bat is that it was high up.
I want to use my short sword and the mixed mat. I roll a 4.
Let me do the bear then. Yeah, so that misses. I'm going to say that it tries to claw at you and it misses.
I want to use chromatic orb on one of the bears.
Yeah, you did miss.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the tinder box, and I have 10 torches. And so...
Just 10 of them, alright?
and so I'm going to take out one of these torches, light it on fire, and then throw it at the bear.
So go ahead and roll a sleight of hand. The one that I like.
15.
Alright, yeah, that would hit. So you did 12 points of damage.
Yay!
And it's now on fire. I'm going to say that every round, now that this bear's on fire, is going to take 1d8 points of damage every round. My character's going to attack. Alright, yeah, she's going to attack a badger. That was a 13, which hits plus 6, 10 points. Yeah, that's dead. So she's going to attack. Alright, it is now going to be the animals. It's attacking my character. 7. So that misses. And that was one of the badgers. It is now attacking Gabby's character, one of the bats. It rolled an 11, which I think another bat is attacking my character once again. That is a 5, which misses. Ryland's character, that's a 7, that misses. Ryland, you're being attacked by a bear.
Uh-oh.
Because that hit, that's a 17.
It's the non-fire bear, correct?
Oh, do you need me to roll?
No, that was a fire bear. 3, 4, so 14 points. Yeah, so that bear dies. Alright, now it's the other bear's turn. The bear tries to attack Moya, and it misses. It is now Moya's turn. Wait, so to clarify again, you've said you're cutting off a bit of the bear that's on fire.
Yeah.
And you're going to throw it at the bats. Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand at disadvantage, and then you would be taking 1d8 points of fire damage.
I'm fine with that.
Because you're grabbing a hold of a piece of that bear that is actively on fire and you're chopping it off. There's no way you are cutting off a piece of this bear without also being on fire a little bit. What'd you get?
I rolled a nat 20 and an 18. And then I have +1, so I have 19.
You rolled a 20 at disadvantage?
I rolled 20 and then an 18, so I got an 18,
you got an
and then I
18.
got a +1 because sleight of hand. So I got a 19. 7! Spicy. I can't count. I was 17. That was me thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit the bat.